my in frame. Do you guys like my flowers? I bought these at the dollar store, and they're fake obviously, but they're low maintenance, so I really like that. First of all, Happy New Year everyone. I am back. I wanted to do an update video because it's been a little bit and I have some updates going on in my life. First, I hope that you guys are having a good new year. I hope you guys have all of your resolutions in. I made my dream board, or goal board, whatever you call it. Actually, let me go get it. Ta-da! Let me show you guys. One second. Okay. So this is 2022's dream board. Ta-da! Let me show you guys what they are. So first, how to sleep better. I printed out this little thing so that I knew how to sleep better, eat healthy, because health is wealth and your gut health is very important. I put a heart because I'll kind of get into it a little bit later, but I really like cardiology. I'm working on a cardiology floor currently, and I just got into PA school, so yay. So this is kind of just, I really like learning. I'm going to be starting PA school in August, so that's what this heart symbolizes. Universal Studios. My family and I have Universal Studios passes, so I'm excited to do that. You know, I really wanted to do the New York Marathon. I've been wanting to do it, but I just haven't been running enough. So I like put this up there as a motivation. But I do cardio and I do work out, but I just haven't actually started running or even doing research into like what are the requirements to be able to run for the marathon. But nonetheless, I put that up there. These Delos cookies, these are the ones they give you whenever you are traveling. So this represents, I would like to travel more. New York is one of them. I have this little house. It says the back of the house. Didn't I already show you that? It's like a little octopus, and it's basically realtor selling a home. I would love to buy a home this year. How possible that is? 50-50 so far. Working out. This is a fitness young lady who I follow on Instagram, and I absolutely love her physique. So that's what motivates me. Recording, because I really enjoy making videos. Usually my favorite ones are when I do voiceovers, but nonetheless I still like recording. And then on the bottom, me being ashamed, but I really shouldn't be ashamed. These are a bunch of bills because my goal is to save more than I'm spending, which so far I'm good, but I would like to save more, and there's always, you know, room for improvement. Meditating, I've never been a fan of meditating, if I'm being quite honest. I had tried it. I tried it when I was in community college, and I went in my quick story time. One of my English professors, he led a meditation group. So one day I was like, I'm going to try it out. So I went and tried it out, and I started snoring halfway through the meditation, and I just kind of jumped in my little seat cushion that was under my butt, and I was like so afraid that I would fall asleep and start snoring again that I just kind of stayed awake the whole time, like with my eyes a little bit open. It was like very uncomfortable, but meditating is very good. I don't do it as often. I like to stretch and do other forms of meditation, but the traditional meditation, breathing in, not too much my thing. And then these are the 8 dimensions of wellness: environmental, emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, physical, intellectual. So this is like a very good representation of, you know, when you were like in high school and they said colleges want a well-rounded applicant. Well, now as an adult, I want to be well-rounded in all of the things in my life, not just educationally, financial, spiritually, you know, well-rounded all over. And then I actually wrote down my goals, because if I don't write them down, I don't know what I'm trying to do. So some of them are, I have some that are like personal, so I won't read those, or I won't even put them up, but they're just up here. And some of them are a little more personal, some of them are kind of just generic, but they are detailed on this pink sticky note that is for my eyes only. But yeah, that's it. So anyways, I did this nice dream board. I got this at Target for I think like $6-7, and then I just got push pins, printed it out, and pasted it. So now that the dream board is done, some updates. I got my agenda, my planner. This is my new one for the 2022 year. I have had an agenda since I was probably in middle school. In middle school, they started giving us free agendas with the school logo and all of the time schedules in it. And then when I went to high school, I started buying my own agendas. And then when I went to college, I had agendas. And then when I finished school, I still had an agenda because there were still goals and things that I would like to accomplish. So if you have no idea what you're doing or there's things you want to improve on, you should buy an agenda because it is so thorough. It will remind you of things that you said you were going to do that you didn't do. So this is pretty inexpensive. Usually my taste changes. This year I wanted to go with something less like structural. So this is it focused? This is like has no lines. So it just has every day is available and open. And so far I like it. And it has these cute little stickers that you can put on your planner. And yeah. So update number 1. I have 3 updates. Do I have 3 updates? So I have 2 main updates. One is going to be like educational. One is going to be my career that ties into my education that I need to advance my occupation. That was very confusing, but basically 2 new things. One is I want to give an update about nursing and how it's going, and 2, my plans on pursuing higher education and doing a career pivot, but still within the same field. Remember when I made this video? Well, that video I made when I was at the lowest of the lows, and really working night shift is just garbage, trash, basura. I don't care how much night differential. I absolutely hate night shift. And I think even if my dream job were to be offered to me, if it was a night position, I'd have to really reconsider taking my dream job, just because working night shift it's just trash. I was not able to sleep. My diet, my mental health, it was just all trash. So never again. I had to end up leaving the job that I worked at in the hospital on a med-surg floor because I could not do nights. And when I left that job, I left it for an outpatient. So I went from working inpatient in a hospital setting to outpatient, and it was a very interesting experience working outpatient because this was the first time. One, negative, I did not like working 5 days a week. And I know that sounds like very, like snobby, like most people work 5 days a week, if not more. But I would rather prefer working 3/12s over working 5 9-to-5s. It was terrible. I felt like I couldn't do nothing. And I realized how stuck up I sound, but it's the truth. I hate working 5 days a week. It's ridiculous. And if I'm given the opportunity to work 3/12s, I'm gonna take it. But one of the benefits that I got from working at this outpatient clinic is that because I'm working really closely with the providers, I was able to build a close relationship, a close bond with them. And now I have the opportunity to use their relationship or use that relationship to ask for a letter of recommendation that will help prepare my career forward. So no matter where you go, always, be positive. Don't be a bee, because you never know when you might need them. And that actually reminds me, I have to go back and give them thank you cards because they wrote a letter of recommendation for me. And so I want to, keep that relationship maintained in case in the future I need them, which I will be applying for scholarships, so I'm going to need them. And overall, they were really nice people. So whenever you're working and you know that in the future you may want to pursue something, further your career goals or apply for another job, it's very good to make connections at your job and to maintain them. So yeah, that's one thing. Another perk of this outpatient facility is I was able to build the close relationships, and I also had an interesting position that I probably would not have been able to have in the hospital setting. So when I was working, half the time I was working with the providers and with the patients, and the other half of the time I was actually leading a research project, which was, you know, a very interesting opportunity. I don't think I would have ever been able to get that in the hospital. I mean, maybe, but most likely most of the nurses in hospital settings are bedside, unless you're like a manager or educational. So that was a very, very interesting. I was able to add that to my resume, and it like boosted me up and gave me more, you know, interview opportunities. Maybe it didn't get me the job, but definitely it allowed me to interview to more places. Now, for the current work setting. I am currently working at a medical surgical cardiology unit, and I love it. First of all, it's days. I love working days. I literally have said this, knock on wood, because I go to work tomorrow. Where's the wood? I don't even think that's wood. But I have said this, like, no matter what shitty day I have, it's gonna be 1,000 times better because it's on day shift. Like, I don't care what happens. I really should not be saying this because I go to work tomorrow and I don't want to jinx it and have a terrible day tomorrow. But no matter what happens, no matter how busy I am, if it was on night shift, it was already trash. But now that it's on day shift, I'm like, no matter how busy I get, no matter how, you know, I don't really get overwhelmed, but like no matter how much things are going on or how busy I am or whatever, how tired I am, no matter all those things going on, it's still not even as close as to how it would have been on night shift. I'm editing my video right now, and I just want to say I had such a rough shift the next day, but I stand by what I say. No matter how hard a day shift goes, it still is nothing compared to how it was on night shift. Number two, I love to be able to schedule myself 3 shifts in a row. I don't like to have there's like perks to it, right? So if I go to work, let's say I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If I go to work Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I already know what type of patients I have if they're not being discharged. So you can go into work the next day more like at ease. A lot of people still have anxiety even after a year or two into nursing, going to work the first day of their week. And even though I don't necessarily get anxiety, I don't get excited to say, but I have learned that if I'm a little bit nervous, then I would just go into work the next day a little bit earlier. So my shift starts at 7. I am at the hospital usually by 6:10, 6:20 is like the latest, so that I can read up on all of my patients and know what I'm getting myself into, because the morning is always the busiest. So if you know your patients at 6:30 or 6:50, whatever, before you even get a report from the night nurse, you're gonna go in there a lot more relaxed and a lot more confident. So that's just what I like to do. And if you're scheduled 3 days in a row, you don't have to go every day early at 6 a.m. to the hospital because you had the same patients yesterday, unless they change your shift or your patients, you know. So that was my job update. I was inpatient on a medical surgical floor, and then I hated working night shift. I went outpatient, and that was an interesting experience, but I did not like working 5 days a week. So then I went back to inpatient, and I got a fantastic unit. I really, really enjoy it. Knock on wood, and everyone is so welcoming. And I even knew someone who went to my nursing program. We worked together. She's on night shift, but nonetheless, everyone there is very, very nice. My second update is, as you guys probably heard from when I was presenting my storyboard, I got into PA school. Good job, Yesenia, good job. Anyways, so I got into PA school, and to be honest, when I was applying to PA school, I was doing it intentionally. Duh, it's a lot of money and time that you have to put into the application process and then into the school. But I was also very reluctant because it's a lot of, it's just a lot. You're investing time, you're investing money, effort, it's a lot of hard work. So I'm very excited, but that does not mean that I don't feel imposter syndrome at times. And the imposter syndrome is not so much that I don't think I can do it. It's more like, do I really want to do it? I'm very, 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 very excited, but it still doesn't mean that I don't question whether or not this is the right thing to do. On so many videos that I see online, people are like super excited and, and that's great. But I don't really have the same experience. I'm very excited, but I'm also very, very afraid. And the only reason why I'm afraid is because it's a lot of time that you're investing. It's a lot of effort, a lot of money that you're investing whenever you go back to school. This is a program that's gonna take, you know, it's not terrible if you think about the grand scheme of things. Let's say I make it till I'm 60, you know, going to a program that takes 2-3 years is, you know, not gonna be the end of the world, but it's still a good amount of time in my 20s. Now, if you ask people what should you do to get prepared for PA school, they all say the same thing. It's the same thing that people told me when I was getting into nursing school. They say you can't prepare for it, just enjoy being off and don't worry about it. But I'm not doing that. I'm not going too crazy. I'm just reading a pathophysiology book. I found this really good pathophysiology book. It's called Limpton Ka Illustrated Reviews Pharmacology, 7th edition. It's free. I got it as a PDF and I literally just read it. I try to do as much as possible, but I'm reading it and my goal is to finish the pathophysiology book by the time before I start school, and I start school in fall of 2022. So those are all the life updates. I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of what I do the day before I go to work. And like I said, I like working 3 days in a row, so tomorrow would be my first out of 3, and these are some of the things that I like to do. First, I'm going to show you guys my purse. This is my lunchbox that I take to work. It's black and it has a handy dandy hand sanitizer. It has one big pocket in the front. Let me show you. Oh shit. So this is it. It's really nice, black, sleek. I have my hand sanitizer here as well. In the first pocket, I'll show you what I carry. So I have these like flashcards and they are really thorough. They have like EKG strips, how to read them, abnormal labs, any pharmacy, med related questions, and codes. It has a bunch of good stuff in here, basically. So that's one. I have my headphones. I take my headphones because I will listen to music before I start charting on a patient and at the end, towards the end of the shift, because it feels really good to wind down. These are the pens that I take. I do all of my annotations on pen, multicolored. So the first day I go in, I'll do everything in black, and then the next day I'll go to like green, and then the next day I'll go to blue. That way I can, you know, see what's new. These are my handy dandy scissors. If you are a good nurse, you have a pair of scissors. I'm just kidding, that's not true. But if you want to be a ready nurse, you have a good pair of scissors. Caesars. I have some alcohol swabs that I didn't empty out of my pocket. Another pen. I have a marker, so whenever you can write your name on the whiteboards inside of the patient's room with the nurse's name and the CNA's name and the charge nurse. I have a pencil and another pen. I don't really like to work with pencils, so that's just in there. But as you can tell, I have a lot of these. I carry a whiteout with me in case I make any mistakes with my pens. Okay, so I have a scrunchie. I have chapstick. This is a very, I'll show you this, but this is chapstick. You can never have enough chapstick. Where is my ID? So we'll move on to the second one. This right here is a odor eliminator. I use this in the hospital because the hospital sometimes has some smells that aren't quite pleasant, and I like to spray this. This is my phone holder for my nurse phone. This is literally the best thing I've ever purchased. I forgot this at work and somebody must have found it and kept it, and I don't blame them because it's literally one of my best nursing tools that I keep. I put my phone, and then I don't have to put this inside of my pocket. I just clip it onto one of my like pants hooks, and it's there on the side ready to go. So this is my nursing badge reel. I won't show my ID, but this is basically what it is. I have my clip for my shirt, some tape, and then these. These were literally, I don't know why, if there was a shortage or something, but I could not find these mini Sharpies anywhere. So that's why I had another one in my bag. But anyways, what I like about it is that you can actually detach it. So you can detach it there, and then once you're done, you just put it back in. This is a pen in case someone else ever needs to use it. I don't give them my pen, I just let them use that quickly and then I get it back. This is a whiteboard marker as well. Why is it having such a hard time focusing? So this is my whiteboard marker. And this is not able to be removed, but the Sharpie one, you could remove it. My pen, this. Bam. Are you blinded? This is literally how I wake up my patients. Good morning, my name is Yesenia. I'm just gonna do a quick assessment. Can you look at my nose? And then I start blinding them. This is when I do neuro checks with and make sure their pupils are okay. If you don't want to carry a pen light, you can just do this. And I carry this with me. Less things to carry because I already carry a bunch of stuff. Okay, another favorite thing is my watch. This is the best investment. I've worn this watch, not this exact one, but the same brand, same color, same everything since I was 17. I bought this baby G-Shark or one like this when I was in the military. Literally my first purchase that I ever made. Best thing ever. You can take a shower with it. You can do anything and everything. I used the one that I bought when I was like 17, 18 in the military, and I literally used it until I was like in nursing school, and then I think I lost it or something happened to it, and then I had to purchase another one. But I absolutely love it. I just put it on and go. Clean it after every shift. This is, what's on the back? Oh, this is my N95 mask. This is my folder. I won't open it, but I keep my brain in there, and this is pretty beat up, as you can tell. Look at that. Look at I should probably get another one, but it does its job. I literally just fold things that I need, keep it in here. I keep my patient's brain in there and then bring it the next day. These are notebooks. I carry this one. I take this one on the floor with me in case I need to jot anything down. Also in the back, it's a very good idea that you keep this, especially if you're a student, because if there's something that comes up and you don't know what it is, I will write it on the last page, and then when I get home or when I have free time, I will look it up, and just so that I'm always up to date. And then this is an older notebook that I just have a bunch of notes in it, and then I look at this if I ever need it. This is the brain that I use. Name, admitted, all that stuff. Their code, their AccuChecks, their vitals, chief complaint, past medical history, any abnormal labs, anything that I need to do, diagnostics. And then I have their full assessment, and then times so that I know what meds to give. And then any report, any like random things I need to jot down, I just put it down here. This is a bunch of moleskin that I keep. And I cut them into these little triangles, and when I put this on the bridge of my nose whenever I wear the N95 because it hurts so bad. And I've seen people use band-aids, but those aren't thin, those are too thin. These actually are, have some more protection. And then on the back is another pocket. It also has like these two, what is in here? What the heck is this? Okay, I have some graham cracker trash. Okay, so let me show you what I have in the back of this. So a lot of these are like, this is my med kit, right? I have some floss in here. I have some Orajel. I have some Motrin, some Tums, artificial tears. I also have some Tylenol. I have some multivitamins, some more multivitamins. What are Volti? Some multivitamins, some tampons, more tampons. Oh, what is that? Oh, this is my fruit snack. Strawberry banana layer fruit bar, delicious. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what's actually inside. So on the inside, this is where I keep my lunch. It has a pretty good amount of space in it. It just looks tight because I crammed all my stuff in the front. I have some healthy nut options. A half-eaten macros bar, a half-eaten fruit bar, and another one. I have a tea bag in here, and then a towel. That's pretty much it. That's all I carry in here. And then this, let me model it for you guys. This is how I be walking into work. And then when I'm running late to work, wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Not really, but yep, that's it. Well, that's my little update. Nothing else. Got a new job. I'm gonna go to PA school. And I gotta work tomorrow. So, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good one. Until next time, bye.